Welcome back, gamers, and anyone wondering why there wasn't a video last week, well, I announced there wouldn't be over on Discord, but I forgot to do it on YouTube, so sorry guys. New Empyrean skins have dropped, but before we get into that, let's talk about the Lee Sin ASU. Now, according to Riot, they've updated all of his skins, and that's mostly true. However, the most notable difference in any of these skins is Acolyte Lee Sin, receiving a huge update compared to the rest of them. As for Lee Sin's base model and animations, I don't notice a difference, although I've never played Lee before. You know what, maybe I should actually try Lee Sin, and I will try him when Cho'Gath gets an ASU. Now we can talk about Empyrean, starting off with the Collie, which is actually one of the strongest skins in this batch because it has hair. Now that sounds like a stupid way of thinking, but giving a Collie more human characteristics than normally displayed in Empyrean worked great. It broke the mold, but it did it well. That makes it the standard that I'm going to judge the rest of these skins off of. Next up is Empyrean Varus, who is the legendary for this release of Empyrean, and good god is this a cool skin. Of course Varus would fit Empyrean well, but I didn't think they could do it this amazingly. And the thing that pops out most for me is his bow being alive. In some animations, it's very clear, and in others, it's less obvious, but you can notice that Varus never actually holds his bow in the skin. It's alive in a separate entity from him, and that comes through so well in the organic way it stretches, opens up while charging bursts, and even dances with him. Though I feel like the whole dancing with your possessed weapon thing is massively overplayed in League. Most champions do it nowadays. The brand skin does everything that Street Demons does, but better. Nocturne suffers from one major problem, and that's the outlining of the tail. Instead of fading off into a mist, making him look ghostly and spooky, they have a tail outline which makes him look more like a tadpole than a shadow demon. Malzahar also suffers from a similar design flaw, being that his spell shield is way too noisy and takes away from the actual design below. Empyrean Kale looks great in her first form, but I feel like they flopped the rest of her forms. Instead of the usual Empyrean black with neon highlights, Kale's later forms are neon with black highlights, which makes everything blend together. Prestige Empyrean Kale is pretty much the opposite. In her first form, it displays more cleavage than the Empyrean charm we know and love, but the later forms it becomes more recognizable as Empyrean. All in all, I'd give this line of Empyrean a solid 7.3 out of 10. And finally, we're on to the sales, and 3 caught my eye, those being Heartsteel Ezreal, Pretty Kitty Rengar, and of course, Star Nemesis Morgana. And to be honest, my favorite out of these 3 is Ezreal, because, I don't know, the guy's just cool. Not cooler than me, of course, because, you know, I'm just a really cool dude who, pulls lots of girls.